At the edge of the emerald jungle, as the first golden rays of sunlight kissed the leaves, a tiny squirrel named Skippy stood proudly in his secret clearing. With a red scarf fluttering in the breeze and an old aviator cap snug on his head, he gazed at his homemade flying machine, a wobbly collection of twigs, leaves, and colorful balloons. Today wasn't just any day. Today was the day he would fly. Skippy took a deep breath, adjusted the blueprints etched on a flat stone, and whispered to himself, "Let's make history, one acorn at a time." Skippy stood on the edge of the launch branch, heart pounding like a jungle drum. He triple-checked every twig and vine, then shouted into the wind, 3, 2, 1. Lift OFF. The contraption jolted forward, balloons tugged upward, and suddenly, Skippy was flying. He zipped, dipped, and spun through the trees, eyes wide with joy and panic. Sandwich flew out of his bag. A bee buzzed into his helmet. And then, as gravity remembered its job, Skippy spiraled downward, toward something feathery and unexpected. Branches snapped, balloons popped, and with a fluffy thud, Skippy landed in the middle of a very surprised sparrow's nest. Above him, wings flapped in alarm. A sleek chestnut sparrow named Sally glared at the intruder sprawled across her home. Skippy blinked, dazed but smiling. "Hi. Nice nest." Sally narrowed her eyes. Skippy had crash-landed into more than twigs and feathers. He just dropped into a brand new chapter. That night, beneath a blanket of stars, Skippy and Sally sat side by side, the awkward crash long forgotten. Fireflies danced above them like tiny lanterns. Sally spoke softly about the skies she soared. Skippy shared tales of flight plans and failed launches. For a moment, the jungle faded away. In their quiet laughter, a new connection bloomed, warm, unexpected, and full of wonder. Under a glowing ring of mushrooms, the forest became a workshop. Sally fetched feathers and leaves. Skippy tied vines with his nimble paws. Together they rebuilt the flying machine. Better, stronger, a true team effort. With each knot and panel, their bond grew. Not just squirrel and sparrow, but partners chasing a shared dream. The sky, it seemed, was big enough for both of them. But dreams don't always fly smooth. A sudden storm rolled in, fierce and wild. Rain lashed the trees. Thunder roared. Skippy shouted for Sally, but the wind tore her away. He clung to his glider, spiraling through the storm. Lightning lit the sky, but Sally was gone. Skippy was alone again, lost in the very clouds he'd once longed to touch. Drenched and defeated, Skippy sat on a cliff edge, his red scarf heavy with rain. The jungle below was silent. His dream felt small now, like a forgotten acorn buried in mud. But deep inside something stirred. Sally believed in him, and he believed in her. Gritting his teeth, he stood tall, water dripping from his fur. "One more flight," he whispered, "for her." Just as the clouds began to part, a whistle echoed through the trees. Skippy turned, and there she was. Sally swooped down, soaked but smiling. Together again, they climbed aboard the glider. The sun rose behind them as vines parted to reveal ancient stone ruins. Wings and balloons lifted. Hearts soared. This time they would fly, side by side. The jungle opened into a glowing chamber, hidden for centuries. There, on a pedestal of vines, rested the golden acorn, shimmering with light and legend. Skippy stepped forward, paws trembling, and lifted it with wonder. Sally perched on his shoulder, eyes bright. The treasure wasn't gold or fame or glory. It was the journey that brought them here, and the friend who never let go. As twilight blanketed the jungle once more, Skippy held the golden acorn close. Fireflies twinkled like stars above. Sally leaned in, softly kissed his cheek, and Skippy's tail shot straight with surprise. They laughed, together beneath the canopy. A squirrel, a sparrow, and a dream that finally took flight.